All right, what week are we?
We just finished week 10, right?
Week 10, fantasy football.
Is that right?
I think so.
7-3.
Focus.
So in my league, we have
Suck league is what we call that.
really because we have 8-2. Is anybody else 8-2?
I don't know, but
is anybody in your league 8-2?
We have
Answer the question.
We have more.
Is anyone in your league 8-2?
How many teams in your league are 7-2?
There are 2 teams in my league that are 7-2. Derek and
Jonathan.
me.
But not 7-3 and not
Whatever.
and not 4. You don't have 4 people in your league that are 7-3.
Do you have somebody 8-2? Exactly.
Because Steve and Mike mismanaged their team and couldn't get there.
So
we
Christian
should have 2 people.
is 8-2. Derek and I 7-3.
He's won like
We have 1 at 6-4. We have
you're
like
a
4
breathalyzer away from like
at 5-3.
you missed by
or
the
5
legal
and
limit.
5, whatever. Even though people mock me for the separation comment, we are still starting to really see that. But we do have one guy at the bottom, Scott Williamson, had 53-ish this week, negative 6.6 from his quarterback. A player with a fraction of a point, another with like a 1 point fraction or 2 point in a fraction. I'm not sure how that is statistically possible. And Scott, I really feel bad for you because if you look at our league and who's had the most points scored against him is Scott. Dead last, most points against him. It's insane. And he's put up some good points.
Yeah, but he's also the lowest number of points in your league too. I will say that you are correct. There's some real separation.
Just say that again.
Yeah, wait, let me
just say that part again.
You are correct. There's some real separation. Scott is 1. Everybody else is all jam-packed together, but you do have some separation between all of y'all.
But how many weeks are left?
And Scott, 3.
And what's between the two, say the top 3 people and that next to last group? How many games are different?
The top 3 people? Well, you should be talking about who makes the playoffs.
Right.
6 teams make the playoffs. So right now in your league, 5-5 is in the playoffs. And everybody in your league is within 1 game of that except for Scott.
But when you compare that to the top teams, they'd almost have to lose every game not to be in the playoff.
Well,
Christian would have to
they're
almost
gonna make
right.
the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. The separation is there. We already know who's in. We know for sure certain teams are in.
Yeah,
It's the bottom ones
the top 3
are
are in, but everybody else in your league.
And that's what I'm
has a
talking
chance.
about. There's a separation. So you're saying I'm in. No matter what, I'm in. Almost impossible.
You're 7,
for me not
right?
to be there.
Yeah,
it can happen.
Yeah, you would be. You would have to lose 3 games.
But I would look like this.
You'd have to lose 3 games in a row.
Yeah, which I'm going to lose this week, so I can't remember who I'm playing.
And somebody else would have to win.
Already beat me.
3.
Woohoo! Hallelujah. I'm losing this week for sure.
I hope so, because there's a lot of separation in your league that we need to.
But now I do want to bring up last week I was playing against
we
somebody.
always talk about you. Is there anybody else in your league? Is there any other team in your league besides your own?
I've talked about Scott.
Is everyone tired of hearing about Jonathan's team every week? Thank you.
I talked about Scott.
Oh, yeah, he talked about the one team that scored 50-some points.
Freaking lasers.
Okay.
Thanks for jumping me into waivers, jerk. I mean,
it still comes back to
you're not even going to make the playoffs. Why do you need that receiver? I mean, really, why do you need him? You're not going to make the playoffs. You're just hoarding up players to like stop people who actually have success. But you know what? He did beat me this year, so.
That's right. So
one of my 3 losses is the freaking lasers. Freaking lasers.
All right, so in your league, back on track. This past week, the high scorer in your league was Mr. Rich Camillo, scoring 100.
He smoked it, dude.
Yeah, scoring 149 points.
Who was it he trounced?
That was Brian, the replacement.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Brian. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends. Yeah, so he had 30 from West from Kansas City.
There was another game that was a big blowout.
And 27 cooked. The other big one was, I guess it was Christian versus Otto, 124 to 85.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how that game was going to go because I was watching it early on, and it just, you know how, I mean, early you can't, like halfway through, but it looked kind of tight, and then all of a sudden that was it.
Yeah, I mean, the the closest battle in your league was Jeffrey Gavalier versus Robert Sharps with freaking lasers, 126 to 119.
Yeah.
That one came down to, I guess, well, Robert pretty much played everybody he could have played, so there's nothing he could have done different.
Hey, you're off camera here. You gotta
Sorry,
get in.
Jeffrey's team just did
So,
better.
so since we don't want to talk about me, why don't we talk about the junior league, and you can tell us about how your team's doing.
All right, so in our league, we have 4 teams in first place now.
What are the records?
7,
7, not 8.
Yeah, 7-3. Because
So basically, if I was in your league, I would be in first.
yeah.
You might be 2. You might be like 2-5.
We don't have separation.
Because y'all suck? Is that what
No,
you're
we're
saying?
saying
You would
your
be
league,
separated
yeah.
all
So
the
I have
way
the
to
same record as you, but you don't
Here,
think
there's
that.
an easy way to figure this out. In
My
your
points,
league,
I am 5th
Yeah,
in points
let's see
and
what-
5th with points against.
So we can just
but
look-
I'm ranked 3rd.
we can
so
look at
I'm
it
about
and see.
2
So
higher
in
than
your
my slot.
league, you have 1209 as your point total.
Okay.
So let's see where that
What
would.
would that be?
That's 5th in my league, but I'm 3rd.
No, that's not 5th in your league.
Yes, it is.
That's 2nd. I mean,
no,
you're saying
no,
5th in
point
point
total.
totals.
I'm 5th in point totals and 5th in points against. But I'm 3rd in the rank.
That would be 4th.
4th. Okay.
1209.
But how many people are tied in your league for first?
4.
4. So I would still be first in your league.
Yeah, you would still be in.
So
no,
suck it.
You'd be 4th.
But that's first.
You'd be tied,
But-
for first record-wise, but
Right.
you'd be in 4th.
Right. Same as that.
Missing the playoffs.
Actually,
not
you'd be ahead of me. I'm 7-3. I don't have.
Each league.
No.
So
6
6.
in each league.
It's 6 in each league. Yeah.
6 in each league.
That's
I
right.
thought
6
it
in
was
each
7.
league. Then the 2 Yeah. I'd still be in first. Yep.
So you should switch. You should challenge to switch leagues next year to the pro league, and then. Yeah.
Well, I should switch leagues because it's easier because obviously Julio's like crushing everybody.
By 1 game. He's crushing everybody by 1 game.
He's been in first all year. I mean, all year.
I know.
Circle-
When are you going to do
circle back.
something? Make a move. Do something about that. Don't just let him go in the end zone and dance.
might have waivers
You go
and
in
make a
there.
difference.
Don't let him do his dance in the end zone.
Do
You go in
do
there.
you know what his name is? Do you understand there's collusion? I mean, he's my brother.
I understand he's your brother, but stop him from dancing in the end zone. Don't let him go Cam Newton on you guys. Go in there, pop him in the mouth.
Cam
want him to
Newton,
dance.
that was a retaliation dance for what Tennessee did when they sacked him. And then the guy who sacked him and did his little dance got mad when Cam did his dance. So, but nobody's talking about that. I don't get it.
All right, so
Haters gonna hate.
Mike, Steve, Jeff, and myself are all in first place in our league. There's a whole bunch of teams. There's 2 more teams at 6-4, 5-5. Long story short, everybody's still got a chance to get in the playoffs.
What I want to know is tonight I was at church and I ran into our illustrious, hold on, truck's going by, our illustrious pastor, and he goes, game of the week, game of the week, game of the week.
He was game of the week.
Well, tell us about the game of the week.
Game of the week was most definitely Steve, the Sith Lord, versus Pastor Blaster, versus Rob, the pastor,
Sith Slayer.
Sith Slayer, and Rob pulled it out, won 121.6 to 121.2.
It's brutal.
So 0.4 points is what
So
separated
he was
those
on
two.
the other end of the close game.
Yeah, on the other end this time.
Yes.
And that's 2
brutal.
weeks in a row you lost, right? Is that right? 2 games in a row?
Yeah, 2.
So
in a row?
yeah, 2 tough beats in a row. And this one looks like it can't. I mean, this one is so close. There's really nothing you know what it comes down to. I mean, Steve. I mean, if you would have played Eli Manning, maybe you would have won. But I don't know that that's really a.
You can't wear the hat anymore. You're blocking your face, man.
I don't care about everybody seeing
The
me.
people
and
want to
what I-
hear you and they want to see you.
So when my hat is blocking my voice, is that what
You're
saying?
shadowing
Can
yourself.
anybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can
They
you
might
hear
not
me?
be able to.
Can you hear me? All right. I apologize, guys. If
Because I talk too much. They need to hear you.
yeah, maybe they want you to wear a hat. All right. So back to that. And
You're doing it
then
again.
I mean, so even if I have to look at this. Somebody has to keep up with the numbers here. You're doing nothing but holding the.
I have the
baby.
numbers in my head. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay,
if you
so
need
what
a-
happened with this?
That's your league.
Right. All right. So anyway, But Rob had Malcolm Floyd on the bench with 30 points, so if he would have done that, he would have killed you even more. So anyway, that was a close fought game. And then we also had high score of the week was that game. So that was the highest score of the week. And then all the other games were within about 10, 15 points.
So 2 questions. Are there any more bye weeks?
No, I think this was it. Isn't week 10 the last week?
This
One right now. This
So
upcoming
we have
week is the last.
this is the last bye week, which
Yep.
is good because I'm losing this week because of that. And then 2, how many more weeks till we have playoffs? We have 3 weeks.
Week 13 is the last
3 more
week of the
weeks.
regular
3 weeks left.
season. So we have 3 more weeks to listen about your
And
team.
then how long is the playoffs?
3 games.
3 weeks?
16. Week 16
So we
is
got
the championship.
6 weeks left.
Yep. Where'd you go to school? Doing good.
Same place you did.
No.
I think so.
No.
Greenville.
What school did you go to?
In Greenville, 2 different schools.
Which one? Not the one I went to.
Greenville Christian Academy,
Oh, jeez.
GCA.
Swings a lot.
Me and Jimbo. Anyway,
Here we
he
go.
was in my class.
Did you get expelled from there? Is that why you went to 2 schools?
No, that was like 1st grade.
Okay, all right.
I did go to a reading lab though there. I hated it. I used to dream that Superman would come and break me out.
All right. I think we're done. We're gonna have to cut like half of this out.
No. But
It's
but
freaking 12 minutes.
playoff.
tonight. The playoffs, yes. Week 13. After that, it starts. Week 14.
So let's
15,
make some
16.
predictions. Who, or at least if not tonight, because we're running
Okay,
on
I
time.
will predict that you're gonna
Who
lose.
is not going to make the playoffs?
Oh, not gonna make the playoffs?
That's what we need. Next week we'll only be 2 games out, so we're going to come back next week and we're going to pick like 4 teams that are borderline, and we're going to predict who's not getting in.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm glad
And if anybody wants to help do that,
you could show
they
up.
could
and
show
listen
up
to us
for once on a Wednesday night
for
with the
12
men
minutes.
and maybe have something to say. You know what I mean, like verbally and not in a diatribe.
All right, that sounds great. Sorry for this being 13 minutes.
I hope no one zombie stabs himself in the head. We'll see
All
you
right,
guys.
play well this week.
Joe beat Steve.
No, it's not the past week.
Just
That was last week.
stop. Come on.
Rob beat you this week.